Hey, Jucifer. Hey, MD. All I'm saying is Vanna better show up soon. How much she was pushing for trivia, she better show up. Some of the other people too. There are people pushing for trivia. People better start showing up. Hey, Joel. Hey, ugly hobo. You're drunk? Aren't you always? Hey, Sandra. Why is there static? I don't know. Might just be my laptop fan that you're hearing. Or it might be that I just have a staticky voice. Good Moon shirt. Indeed. I got my Sailor Moon shirt. Favorite, second favorite, third favorite, fourth favorite, fifth favorite. Out of these five, anyway. Out of the main five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not that there's anything wrong with Moon or Jupiter. Just somehow really clicked with Venus. And actually, Mars and Mercury are probably tied for my second. Mars and Mercury are probably like tied for second. Also, they're all lesbians. They're all gay. Like, we agree on that, right? All five of them are gay. There is not a single straight girl in this entire group. I said Mars made you want a Mars bar? Fair enough, I guess. Hey, tropical fish. Hey, Fernanda. Josie, Gigi. Trivia question number 1. Who is the gayest Sailor Scout? Hey, Agatha. Sailor Moon are all lesbians. Oh, they are all gay. There's not a single straight girl in the bunch. Thanks, Fernanda. I like it too. How do you know? Because I watched the show. I've read first few volumes of the manga, not the entirety of the manga, but the first few volumes of the manga. And yeah, I watched the show, and yeah, you watch the show, and it becomes clear these bitches be gay. These bitches gay. Good for them. The cartoons, what makes it? You know that there was like romance was like a huge part of that show, right? Like, you know that like one of the biggest subplots throughout the entirety of the series was Moon and Tuxedo Mask, and that like all the others had episodes that sort of touched on their romantic lives. What should I do? Tomorrow's my day off. I'm drunk. My manager wants me to come in tomorrow. Just tell them no. Obviously, like the show and the manga, like it doesn't it doesn't, the show, it doesn't actually say that they're all gay. It's just like they're all gay. You watch the show and it's like, wow, yeah. Yeah. Turn my phone off? Well, no, I can't turn my phone off. I'll need my phone. Oh, you're talking to Ugly Hobo. Does my shirt glow in the dark? I don't think it does now. It does not. Would be cool if it did. No, it's, no problem. MD. I was just I wasn't paying attention. Going to work hungover tomorrow. Hate work. Just just tell them no. You don't feel up to it. It's your day off. Just be like, it's my day off. I'm sorry, it's my day off. Is Cornwall shitty? Cornwall is so shitty that The Boy and the Heron isn't even playing in our local theater. That's how much Cornwall fucking sucks. Yeah. Hayao Miyazaki, Studio Ghibli. Not exactly a fucking nobody, you know? And Cornwall just doesn't fucking get it. Hey, then, about damn time you got here. You were one of the ones bugging for trivia, I think, as I recall. About time you got here for the trivia. Give it a couple more minutes for any last stragglers before I get started. Just because there's always the chance of somebody else showing up. The old Trivial Pursuit. Yeah. Yeah, of course I remember Trivial Pursuit. Thanks, Tropical Fish. Roseanne and Bill Maher. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't. Be hard to think of two people I'd care less to hear about, frankly. two people who peaked 30 years ago and have spent the past 30 years demonstrating how wildly out of touch they are with everyone else. Can I blow? What? Watch their interview? Fuck no. Gods no. You could not pay me to watch Bill fucking Maher interview fucking Roseanne. Jesus Christ, hell no. Need the air in your eyes. So you want me to just be like, whew. Is that what you wanted, Venna? Hey, PK. Bill Maher and Elon Musk are friends now. Not surprising. They're both old, out of touch, white jackasses who think they're way funnier than anyone else thinks they are. Good milkshake. Just a strawberry milkshake. My hockey fan? No. I was when I was a kid. But haven't been for a long time. I think Gretzky's the product candidate. I mean, he is. So I'm thinking for the first set of questions. Fuck it, Sailor Moon. Kangaroo that escaped the Ontario Zoo. I did hear about that. I heard that he punched a policeman. Hey, kill face. I saw. So there's a. Here's the point. There's a Canadian comic book writer, Ed Brisson. he retweeted that an article about kangaroo escaping a zoo in Oshawa and punching a police officer, and used it to promote his upcoming comic, or promote his comic book, where the city of Oshawa disappears and nobody remembers it. It's just, he's really good. Like, it's a great opportunity to highlight his book, right? Hey, Kelly. All right, that's funny. It is funny. All right, so I'm thinking first quiz tonight. Sailor Moon quiz. And this one seems to be based on the English dub, which, the 90s dub. Sailor Moon quiz? Yep, Sailor Moon quiz. Hey, Val. Already out. Fair. All right, question 1. Who is Sailor Moon? Molly, Amy, Lita, or Serena? Who is Sailor Moon? Molly, Amy, Lita, or Serena? In the Japanese, her name is Usagi. The answer is Serena. In the Japanese, it's Usagi, which is sort of meant because in Japan they see a rabbit on the moon. Like Japan, for some reason, instead of like man on the moon, they see like a rabbit on the moon. So the moon is just as closely associated with rabbits. So Usagi is like a rabbit. Has a name that's something to do with rabbits. She was her little sister's mom and sister at the same time. Well, she wasn't her sister. So like, is the future version of Sailor Moon has a daughter who travels back in time and lives with the teenage Sailor Moon as basically an adopted sister. So it's her future daughter, but being adopted as a sister because they're both still kids. It is weird. It is strange, but anyway. Question 2. What item does Sailor Moon use to protect the Earth? The golden crystal, the diamond crystal, the silver crystal, or the sapphire crystal? Golden crystal, diamond crystal, silver crystal, sapphire crystal. What item does Sailor Moon use to protect the Earth? I want to say I want to say that only one of you has gotten it right so far, but every single answer has been guessed, so that doesn't really help. It is the silver crystal. In the first episode of Sailor Moon, what animal does Serena save from bullies? A rabbit, a dog, a cat, or a bird? In the first episode, what animal does Serena save from bullies? Rabbit, dog, cat, or bird? My God. I'm not. You think I'm fucking guessing with this shit, Nana? I know these. I know these answers. The answer is a cat. The bullies put a bit of like a band-aid over the hey, Simone says. Bullies put a band-aid over the crescent moon on Luna's head, which Usagi thinks is a bald spot. How does Tuxedo Mask make his presence known? Throwing a shoe, throwing a red rose, throwing a shuriken, throwing a deck of cards. I always chose to see that as them protecting because how would they know she has powers through? Well, no, they were bullying. Throws a rose, pops out of nowhere, throws a rose, and the music starts. Ooh, this one I don't actually remember the answer myself. Who was the first commander that Queen Beryl sent to Earth? Malachite, Nephrite, Zoisite, or Jadeite? Who was the first commander that Queen Beryl sent to Earth? Malachite, Nephrite, Zoisite, or Jadeite? I will say I actually got this one wrong. I got it wrong. Nephrite sounds cool. I mean, they're all named after rocks. Like they're all named after like types of rock, I think. The answer is actually jadeite. For some reason, I thought zoisite was the first. No, zoisite was second, I think. I believe. Yeah, I think it went jadeite, then zoisite, then malachite, and then nephrite. I think might have been last. That's right, because zoisite and malachite were very strong. We're pretty sure they were roommates. Zoisite and malachite had a relationship that I'm pretty sure they were roommates, if you know what I mean. What category is this? Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon category. Questions. Who is Serena's homeroom teacher? Miss Marino, Miss Hidaka, Miss Haruna, or Miss Midori? Who is Serena's homeroom teacher? Gilface! Oh shit! Congratulations, Vanna. Thank you for gifting a gift sub, Killface, and congratulations to Vanna. She don't even go to school. Of course she does. She's just really, really bad at it. She's just late constantly. So yeah, Miss Marino, Miss Hidaka, Miss Haruna, or Miss Midori. Mystique is a trans icon. She is. Mystique is a trans icon, and hello, feeder. trans people everywhere stan their problematic icon. Who is it? All right, Miss Haruna. It's Miss Haruna. Restart trivia. What evil organization does Dr. Tomo lead? The Heart Snatchers, the Dark Moon Circus, the Doom and Gloom Girls, or the Bureau of Bad Behavior? Amazon. Hi, Rebecca. We're not talking about it. No. God has never contacted me about anything. I don't think he has my number. So yeah, what evil organization does Dr. Tomo lead? Heart Snatchers, Dark Moon Circus, Doom and Gloom Girls, or Bureau of Bad Behavior? What were they called in the Japanese? Yeah, they did have a different name in the. So in the American dub, it was the Bureau of Bad Behavior. So Bureau of Bad Behavior was the American name. The Japanese group, they were called the Death Busters. The Death Busters, which gotta love that 90s North American kids cartoon censorship. Hey, alien tourist. Can't use the word death and can't use the word death in 90s cartoons. Harder? Okay, here's a harder one actually. What kind of talisman does Sailor Neptune have? A sword, mirror, tiara, or amulet? What kind of talisman does Sailor Neptune have? Sword, mirror, tiara, or amulet? What are these weeaboo questions? God damn it, Rebecca. I would be so mad if you weren't right. I would be so offended if it wasn't accurate. If that wasn't accurate. Anyway, the answer actually is mirror. Fucking Killface got it again. Sailor Uranus actually has a sword. Thanks, Jerry. Yeah, Neptune has a mirror. Uranus has a sword. Who's my favorite sailor? Venus. Who was the only one of Queen Beryl's 4 commanders? Who was the only one of Queen Beryl's 4 commanders to be killed by a sailor scout? Venus, your boyfriend's favorite too? She's cool. She's just cool. So, who was the only one of Queen Beryl's 4 commanders to be killed by a sailor scout? Malachite, Jadeite, Nephrite, or Zoisite? Malachite, Jadeite, Nephrite, or Zoisite? Oh, hi, Mom. By the way, hi, Moms. Wonder if Sailor Neptune is a Pisces. Her birthday is March 6th, which I think does mark her as a Pisces. The 9 sailors? Yes, there are nine Sailor Scouts. Yep. So yes, to answer your earlier question, Mons, Sailor Neptune is in fact a Pisces. Yeah, there's obviously there's the inner ones: Mercury, Venus. Moon is sort of Earth, Mars, Jupiter. Then second season introduces Uranus or second season introduces Pluto. Third season introduces Uranus and Neptune along with Saturn. Who's Cancer? No idea. Yeah, Sailor Venus's birthday is October. Was it? Right. So the only one of the commanders to be killed by a Sailor Scout was Malachite. It was kind of an accident. Malachite threw an energy blade at the moon. She deflected it back at him, and it killed him. Very tragic. Which sailor soldier has a companion cat called Artemis? What am I drinking? Say strawberry milkshake from Harvey's. Which sailor soldier has a companion cat called Artemis? Mina, Amara, Michelle, or Trista? I'll be honest, I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure who some of those are because I didn't watch the 90s dub. The answer is Mina, aka Sailor Venus. Which I will admit, probably part of why I like her as well. She has a cat. I like cats. She has a cat. Uncity. I don't know what Uncity is. That Artemis was Serena's cat too. No, no, it's just one of the many things that it's one of the many things that Moon and Venus have in common. Moon and Venus are very, very similar characters. Which Negaverse villain does Molly fall in love with? Malachite, Jadeite, Zoisite, or Nephrite? Unicity? Again, I have no idea what the hell Unicity is. So, which Negaverse villain does Molly fall in love with? Malachite, Jadeite, Zoisite, or Nephrite? And shit, I'm blanking on that. I'm blanking on that girl's Japanese name. Don't want to know. I probably don't. Anyway, the answer is Nephrite. Nephrite was the one who fell in love with or Nephrite was the one that Molly fell in love with. Which sailor soldier has an IQ of 300? Which sailor soldier has an IQ of 300? Lita, Amy, Serena, or Mina? Hey, Leah. Opinions on MLMs in general? Yeah, they're scams. I'm not a fan of them. It is Amy. Sailor Mercury has the 300 IQ. Her English name is Amy. Her Japanese name is also Amy, but spelled with an I instead of a Y. Who is the leader of the Negamoon family? Sapphire, Diamond, Emerald, or Ruby? Who's the leader of the Negamoon family? Sapphire, Diamond, Emerald, or Ruby? It is Diamond. All right, last one. Last one. What is Tuxedo Mask's alter ego? Darien, Ichiro, Robert, or Masanori? Tuxedo Mask's alter ego. Darien, Ichiro, Robert, or Masanori? Tuxedo Femme. It is, of course, Darien. All right. Yeah. New quiz topic. Anybody got any preferences? Bearing in mind, we are not doing coochie trivia. Medical trivia. I don't know. I don't think I want to do medical trivia. That would create that would gross me out. Bankruptcy. Poison diseases. Cooking. All right. Cooking trivia. Yeah. Man, maybe not. There's food and drink trivia quizzes, but like all the cooking quizzes I'm finding are like they're not like the multiple choice. Yeah, like I'm trying to find ones that are like multiple choice because that's a little bit easier. Cooking terms trivia. Seafood? Nah, I'm not a fan of seafood. 90s Nickelodeon? Yeah, I can do that next, I guess. All right, so cooking terms trivia quiz. Mayonnaise? I do not like mayonnaise. When a chef juliennes a fruit or vegetable, the result look like which of the following? Crowns, coins, matchsticks, or cubes? When a vegetable or when a chef juliennes a fruit or vegetable, the results look like which of the following? Crowns, coins, matchsticks, or cubes? Answer is matchsticks. What was the first option? Crowns. So yeah, the answer is matchsticks. Crayons. When apples or potatoes are peeled and sliced, the bits will turn brown if not used immediately. To prevent this, they may be soaked in water mixed with lemon juice or white vinegar. What is this preventative measure called? Acidulation, blanching, steeping, reconstituting. Acidulation, blanching, steeping, or reconstituting? The answer is acidulation. Acidulation. Slightly underripe fruits can be improved for service by maceration. What does macerate mean? To warm briefly in a microwave oven, to chew, to soften by soaking or steeping in a liquid such as alcohol or with sugar, to leave on a sunny windowsill for several days. To beat. Warm briefly in a microwave oven, chew, soften by soaking or steeping in a liquid such as alcohol or with sugar, or to leave on a sunny windowsill for several days. The answer is to soften by soaking or steeping in a liquid, such as alcohol or with sugar. And yes, you were all thinking of masticating. As Rebecca pointed out, you were all thinking of masticating. Most kitchens are equipped with at least one paring knife. What does pare mean? P-A-R-E. What does pare, as in spelled P-A-R-E, mean? To divide in half by cutting into two pieces, to remove the bones from meat or fish, to slice into thin strips, to remove the peeling or outer skin of a fruit or vegetable with a knife. Knife. The answer is to remove the peeling or outer skin of a fruit or vegetable with a knife. Hey, Jordan, how much did you miss? Well, you missed the entirety of a Sailor Moon quiz. Hey, Troll Police. We did a Sailor Moon quiz, and now we're about 4 questions in. We're on question 5 of a cooking quiz. Who's winning? Your mom. Yeah, that kind of sugar with Powerpuff Girls. Nice. Especially in a hectic kitchen. Didn't know shit about Sailor Moon. Especially in a hectic kitchen, cooks must not display their temper. On the other hand, tempering an egg is a desirable process. What does tempering mean in the latter sense? To crack the eggs angrily, to slowly add a bit of a hot liquid into beaten eggs, to bake a whole egg in a moderate oven, to whip vigorously to incorporate air into eggs. Tempering. To crack the eggs angrily. To slowly add a bit of a hot liquid to beaten eggs. To bake a whole egg in a moderate oven. To whip vigorously to incorporate air into eggs. And yes, the answer obviously is to slowly add a bit of a hot liquid to beaten eggs. Naturally. When a recipe directs a cook to pulse food, what should the cook do? Turn the blender or food processor on and off rapidly. Whip the food, pausing between each circular stroke. When cooking live food, such as lobster, see if its heart is still beating. Or mix the food by lifting and turning it until well combined. Why is my ass cheek sore? Clearly you had a vigorous night. Yeah. Turn the blender or food processor on and off rapidly. Whip the food, but pausing between each circular stroke. When cooking live food, see if its heart is still beating. Mix the food by lifting and turning it until well combined. The answer is to turn the food processor on and off rapidly. So, doing it like that. One cannot simply clap them cheeks all night long. What's my favorite dessert? Carrot cake. I like carrot cake. The chef hands you a bunch of basil and asks you to prepare a chiffonade. What should you do with it? Ask him why the hell he's asking me to do a chiffonade. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't know what the hell how the hell to do that. So yeah, the chef hands you a bunch of basil and asks you to prepare a chiffonade. What should you do with it? Puree them and then beat them with a whisk into a light foam. Stack and then roll the leaves. Cut them into the thinnest possible strips. Finely chop them. Mix them with water and sugar to produce a refreshing drink. Deep fry them until they are like thin, crisp pieces of paper. So yeah, a chiffonade. Puree and beat them with this whisk into a light foam. Stack and roll the leaves, cut them into the thinnest possible strips. Finely chop them, mix them with water and sugar to produce a refreshing drink. Or deep fry them until they are like thin, crisp pieces of paper. That one sounds like the most appetizing, frankly. Basil blunt. Roll up the joint and smoke them. Roll and smoke it. Anyway, yeah, stack and roll them into leaves, cut them into the thinnest possible strips. When meat is browned in a pan, bits of caramelized juices, called fond, remain in the pan. These may be dissolved in a liquid, such as wine, water, stock, or vinegar, to form the basis for a sauce. What is this process called? Deglazing, steeping, infusion, or sweating? When meat is browned in a pan, bits of caramelized juices called fond remain in the pan. These may be dissolved in a liquid to form the basis of a sauce. Deglazing, steeping, infusion, or sweating. By the way, I gotta blow my nose. Give me a second to blow my nose. The answer is deglazing. Deglaze these nuts. Blanche, as a woman's name, means white or pure. What does blanch mean as a culinary term? To restore a dehydrated food by soaking it in water or other liquid. To partially cook food in steam or boiling water and then plunge it in ice water. To quickly fry food in a bit of fat in an open pan over high heat. To coat food with white breadcrumbs before frying or baking. What does blanch mean as a culinary term? To restore a dehydrated food by soaking it in water or other liquid. To partially cook food in steam or boiling water and then plunge it in ice water. To quickly fry food in a bit of fat in an open pan over high heat. To coat food with white breadcrumbs before frying or baking. And yes, it is B. Partially cook in steam or boiling water and then plunge it in ice water. And last one. When vinegar or citrus juice is whisked into oil to form a thickened liquid, what is the resulting combination of ingredients called? A glaze, a cream, an emulsion, a puree. When vinegar or citrus juice is whisked into oil to form a thickened liquid, what is the resulting combination of ingredients called? A glaze, a cream, an emulsion, or a puree? And yes, the answer is an emulsion. It is an emulsion. Emotion. It's like the song, Sweet Emulsions. Like that Aerosmith song. Taking a dip out of those Christmas tree cakes. I don't know what the hell those are. Hey, Color Purple. Oh, and hi, Southern Belle. All right. Somebody actually wanted a 90s Nickelodeon show quiz, a 90s Nickelodeon quiz. Yeah, Jordan, I wasn't actually going to sing it. There was no way I was going to sing it. I don't sing. Little Debbie's in the shape of a Christmas tree? Yeah, somebody wanted a 90s Nickelodeon quiz, so we're doing a 90s Nickelodeon quiz. It's the name of your dip now. Sing Pound Town at the top of your lungs. I don't even know that song, so. Anyway, question 1. What was the name of the game show that gave 4 Nickelodeon celebrities a chance to guess the secret talent of the contestant, or they would get slimed? Nick Arcade, Nickelodeon Guts, What Would You Do, or Figure It Out? Four Nick celebrities had to guess secret talent of the contestant or get slimed. Nick Arcade, Nick Guts, What Would You Do, Figure It Out. Slime in your gut. Yeah, I'm pretty sure every single like live action Nickelodeon thing was just slime. Hey, Lullives. The answer is Figure It Out. It was Figure It Out. No, this one was Nickelodeon. For some reason, I thought this one was Canadian. What was the Nickelodeon television series that featured a group of teenagers who called themselves the Midnight Society, meeting once a week around a campfire to tell a scary story? Secret World of Alex Mack, 15, Are You Afraid of the Dark, or The Journey of Alan Strange? Canadian American show. All right, interesting. And yeah, everyone seems to have gotten this one correct. It is Are You Afraid of the Dark? What Nickelodeon comedy series featured a teen girl who constantly broke the fourth wall, to explain all the problems teenagers had back in the 90s. Mystery Files of Shelby Woo, Clarissa Explains It All, The Journey of Alan Strange, or The Adventures of Pete and Pete. And yes, Jordan, I have heard about that. I have heard that rumor. So, Teen Girl broke fourth wall to explain problems teens had in the 90s. Mystery Files of Shelby Woo, Clarissa Explains It All, The Journey of Alan Strange, The Adventures of Pete and Pete. And it was, in fact, Clarissa Explains It All. Here's one from my childhood. What controversial animated series on Nicktoons featured a dog and a cat constantly getting into impossible situations and coming up with insane solutions to fix their problems? Ren and Stimpy, Rugrats, The Angry Beavers, or Salute Your Shorts? Ren and Stimpy, Rugrats, Angry Beavers, or Salute Your Shorts? I don't think you're happy enough. That's right. I'll teach you to be happy. I'll teach your grandmother to suck eggs. Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. The Ren and Stimpy show, yes. I did love Ren and Stimpy as a kid. Our country reeks of trees. Our yaks are very large. I had the Ren and Stimpy soundtrack on cassette. Like they put out a cassette with oh yeah, I loved Animaniacs as well. They put out a cassette featuring a bunch of songs from the show. Pretty sure it's Log is on there. Flying Toastman I think was on there. And then obviously it closed with Royal Canadian Yaxman. Happy Happy Joy Joy was on there, of course. I loved that one. Lookers in nature. They don't know that they're ugly. That's very funny. A fly marrying a bumblebee? So, yeah, I loved that one. Don't piss on the electric fence. Like the song, like Happy Happy Joy Joy is such a weird ass song when you actually get past the Happy Happy Joy Joy part and listen and like just like the verses in between. It's really fucking weird. Uh, Stinky Whizzleteats. I think Stinky Whizzleteats, I think, was the singer on Happy Happy Joy Joy. Anyway, next question. Outer space. Space madness. Yeah. Can't believe you remember. Neither can I, honestly. It's been a long time since I watched Ren and Stimpy. Weird the shit that just sticks with you from your childhood. Because I was very young when I watched Ren and Stimpy. Younger than I should have been, frankly. I was probably too young to be watching it. And it probably did warp me in some ways. But I mean that's that's what childhood is about, is being exposed to shit way too early and it warping you. Anyway, continuing the quiz, I suppose. And then it turned out that the creator of Ren and Stimpy was horrible. His name Nick K, or shit, what was the guy's name? John K, yeah. Yeah, it turned out that the creator, John K, was fucking horrible. Just a shitty, terrible, terrible dude. Grooming, Jordan. Back in the late 90s, he groomed a couple of teenage girls. So, yeah. Also, if you've ever heard people if you've ever heard people complain about Cal art style for cartoons, monsters always try to work around kids. I mean, to be fair, Joanna, I mean, Ren and Stimpy wasn't exactly for kids. Um, yeah, if you've ever heard people complain about Cal art style, John K sort of popularized that term as a pejorative term. It's true, the kids watched it. Yeah, straight up scared of Ren and Stimpy. Fair, absolutely fair. It was a weird, creepy show. Anyway, Extremely foul, bad, detailed close-ups. I mean, not just that. Hey, Lady Sunflower. The detail, the foul and detail. Yeah, yeah, it was, yeah. Ren and Stimpy did do a lot of that. Anyway, continuing the quiz. Question 5. What was the Nickelodeon game show that took us to playgrounds for physical competitions between groups of kids? Wild and Crazy Kids, Legends of the Hidden Temple, Double Dare, or Nick Arcade? Wild and Crazy Kids, Legends of the Hidden Temple, Double Dare, or Nick Arcade? Game show that went to playgrounds for physical competitions between groups of kids. And Tropical Fish was actually the one who got it right. It was Wild and Crazy Kids, apparently. Never heard of it. I mean, I didn't watch Nick. I didn't have Nickelodeon as a kid, so hey, Anatolia. I didn't even have Nickelodeon as a kid. What was the short-lived comedy series that featured skits about a group of high school students? Salute Your Shorts, Clarissa Explains It All, Hey Dude, or Welcome Freshman? What was the short-lived comedy series that featured skits about a group of high school students? Salute Your Shorts, Clarissa Explains It All, Hey Dude, or Welcome Freshman? I'm just realizing this t-shirt has Luna, but it does not have Artemis. This is misandry. Or what's the term for like sexism against? This is sexism against men. And Tropical Fish got it right again. I've already forgotten the answer, but it was Welcome Freshman. Pronouns are still the same for now. Yeah, I'm just now realizing that this t-shirt does feature Luna, but does not feature Artemis. This is blatant sexism against men. I am outraged. Outraged, I tell you. What was the name? What was the name of the animated series starring a dog and a cow that was full of suggestive humor and was the inspiration for SpongeBob SquarePants? Hey Arnold, Rocco's Modern Life, The Wild Thornberries, or Doug? Animated series starring a dog and a cow full of suggestive humor Inspiration for SpongeBob SquarePants. Hey Arnold, Rocco's Modern Life, The Wild Thornberries, Doug. And yes, Rocco's Modern Life. Was Rocco a dog? I guess so. Of all the preschool shows that aired on Nickelodeon, what was the most popular one? Starring a dog that helps Steve solve a mystery. Preschool show featuring a dog that helps Steve solve a mystery. Dora the Explorer, Wienerville, Blue's Clues, Cousin Skeeter. Dora the Explorer, Wienerville, Blue's Clues, Cousin Skeeter. It is Blue's Clues. What was the name of the television series that took viewers on a Western adventure to a ranch and followed the teenagers working there for the summer? Salute Your Shorts, My Brother and Me, Hey Dude, Drake and Josh. Took viewers on a Western adventure to a ranch and followed the teenagers working there for the summer. Salute Your Shorts, My Brother and Me, Hey Dude, Drake and Josh. Am I wrong, or is there a shitty Kula Shaker song called Hey Dude? There is. Not, I mean, not that you really need to specify. Like when you're talking about Kula Shaker, you don't need to specify shitty. Anyway, yeah. Hey Dude. And last of the Nickelodeon questions. Who am I talking to? You. I'm talking to all of you. And occasionally, and a little bit to myself. What was the live action series that featured the many hilarious summer camp pranks and misadventures? What was the live action series that featured the many hilarious summer camp pranks and misadventures of a group of friends? Salute Your Shorts, Keenan and Kel, All That, or Hey Dude? I'm guessing it's not Hey Dude. No, I was looking something up on Google, Joanna. Salute your shorts. Keenan and Kel. All that. Hey, dude. Need someone to be happy? Meh. I can be happy without meeting anyone. Anyway, yeah. Final answer is salute your shorts. We got time for another quiz. Any opinions for topic for next quiz? What are the options? I mean, anything. All right, we can do 90s. Hey, Scapegoat. We can do 90s. Yes, Jordan. Hey, Nessa. All right. Hello, Scapegoat. All right, let's get this son of a bitch started. Let's get this motherfucker started. Dave Grohl was part of which group in the 1990s? I don't even want to give the goat about to dominate. I don't even really want to give the options for this one. Probot? He was part of the Foo Fighters as well, but that's not the answer to this one. Hi, Simone. And yes, it was Nirvana. Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness was a 1990s album by which band? What happened in 94? Yeah, the band kind of broke up a bit. Not a band that we will be seeing reunite. Nirvana is not a band that will be doing a reunion tour. And yes, Melancholy was Smashing Pumpkins, yes. This one I'm not actually sure. I don't even know. Enema of the State was the 1990s breakthrough album for which band? Enema of the State. Breakthrough album for which band? And it actually was Blink 182. Blink 182, a band that I've never enjoyed in my life. I never enjoyed Blink 182. So. Who was president in the 90s? Who was president of the United States of the U.S. in the 90s? Bush was 2000. Bush became president in 2001. Bush took office in January 2001. See, Bill Clinton was president in the 90s. Girls and Boys. Girls and Boys was an Bush. Oh yeah, that's right. Bush Senior until 92. Yes, Bush Senior until 92. Yeah. Girls and Boys was a 90s hit for which British band? And let's go boys who like girls who like girls who like boys. And yeah, Blur. See me? No. All right. This one I'll give the options for because this one probably, like, even with the answer, even with the options, you might not get. From whom did BMW purchase the Rover car company in 1994? Rolls-Royce, British Aerospace, Land Rover, or Phoenix? From whom did BMW purchase the Rover car company in 1994? Rolls-Royce, British Aerospace, Land Rover, or Phoenix? Yeah, my thought was Land Rover, but it's actually not. It is not actually Land Rover. Hey, SYL. The correct answer is actually British Aerospace, apparently. Well, actually, I don't actually know the answer to this one. I don't know this one. For how many years was Nelson Mandela president of South Africa in the 90s? For how many years was Nelson Mandela president of South Africa in the 90s? 9, 5, 7, or 3? 9, 5, 7, or 3? The answer is 5. (1994 till 1999). In which news story did the paparazzi feature as part of the story themselves? Again, I feel like I probably don't really need to give the options on this one. It's pretty obvious what I think anyone who's there at the time, anyone who was there at the time will remember. So yeah, in which story did the paparazzi feature as part of the story themselves? And yes, the death of Lady Diana. One of my earliest, like, do you remember where you were things. Like there's always, do you remember where you were when this happened? Do you remember where you were when this event happened? I think that's probably like, where was I? I was watching TV with my brother. My brother and I were watching TV, and the show we were watching got interrupted for coverage of Diana's crash. So we went and woke up my mom because it was like late at night. It was like 1 in the morning, I think. It was like 1 or 2 in the morning when the crash happened. So we went and woke up my mom, and so yeah, we got to watch it all happen live. Which company released the Game Boy in the 90s? Which company released the Game Boy? Took a few hours to answer that. Yeah, they did. They did. And yes, Nintendo. Complete the title of the 1990s band. Matchbox what? 90s band Matchbox. Matchbox 20, yes. Hey, Mary. At the peak in the 90s, how many people were dying from AIDS each year in the US? 400, 4,000, 40,000, 400,000. How many people were dying from AIDS each year in the US? 400, 4,000, 40,000, 400,000. It is 40,000. On a side note, this site I'm on, whenever you get the right answer, it'll give like a little thing at the bottom, like "You're awesome" or "Good job, perfect." For this one, I was like, "Hooray!" Which, like, how many people are dying of AIDS each year? 40,000. Hooray! Wildly inappropriate. Not like it's. that's not the reaction thing you want there. Documentary over here. I have not, Joanna. Anyway, from which country did the band Savage Garden come from? From which country did Savage Garden come from? Higher in the 80s? No, I think it did peak in the 90s. Like the number of deaths did peak in the 90s. And bear in mind, that was like US deaths. Not global deaths. Global deaths were obviously way higher. So yeah, Canada, England, US, or Australia. Canada, England, US, or Australia. And yes, it is Australia. Never liked Savage Garden. What was their big hit? Cherry Cola? I don't know. Ah, yes, Truly, Madly, Deeply. That's right. Hey, Danger Otter. Um, who nearly lost his job over his affair with Monica Lewinsky? I'm surviving, Danger Otter. Or I am drunk with old Garf. Good times, good times. Yeah. Old Billy Clinton there. This one I don't remember. I don't know that I ever heard about this one. As used by the Queen, what became an unlikely Latin catchphrase in the 1990s? Annus horribilis, carpe diem, dies irae, caveat canem. What became an unlikely catchphrase? Annus horribilis, carpe diem, dies irae, caveat canem. And yes, Annus horribilis. Breakfast at Tiffany's. Don't think I heard that song. Hey, Seal. Can't spell it. I mean, most people can't. Active in the 90s, Al Qaeda is a terrorist group associated with which group? Christians, Jews, Rastafarians, Islamists. Obviously, Islamists. In the X-Men cartoon series. Hell yeah! Fuck yeah! Anyway, in the 90s X-Men cartoon series, who comes back from the future to save Professor X? Who comes back from the future to save Professor X? The options are Morph, Bishop, Mr. Sinister, and Cable. But fucking nobody watched that cartoon? Nobody watched the cartoon with the greatest fucking theme song ever? Morph, Bishop, Mr. Sinister, or Cable. Greatest fucking theme song in the history of cartoons, and nobody watched it. Fuck all of you. You're all dead to me. Don't know what you're talking about? The 90s X-Men animated series. Greatest theme song in the history of cartoons. Fuck yeah! Can't watch it with can't hear that song without getting absolutely fucking hype. It goes so much harder than it had any reason to go. It went so much harder than it needed to, and it just maximum hype. The answer was Bishop. Bishop came back in time. Bishop came back from the future. What? That was already. Which of Prince Charles' sons was born in the 90s? Which of Prince Charles' sons was born in the 90s? Honestly, I don't even care that he's king now. I don't even care that he's king now. I'm just going to keep calling him Prince. The answer is actually neither. Neither of them was born in the 90s. This is an odd one. Which of these was not regularly in the headlines in the 90s? Not regularly in the headlines in the 90s. Nelson Mandela, Al Gore, Winston Churchill, or Norman Schwarzkopf? That's right. That's who that guy was. Gulf War loser. Yeah, Churchill. Complete the name of the boy band. Blank Degrees. Blank Degrees. And yes, 98 degrees. Who was the star of Home Alone before becoming a recluse? Who was the star of Home Alone before becoming a recluse? Topic. 90s trivia, PK. We're doing 90s trivia. And yes, the answer is Macaulay Culkin. Who led the defense for O.J. Simpson at his trial? Who led the defense for O.J. Simpson at the trial? Let me know if you need me to read off the options. I might need to because it's one of those things like, oh man, who's going to remember? Okay. Options. And the options will give away the answer, like, because I mean, Gloria Allred, Anne Bremner, Johnny Cochran, or Dick DeGuerin. Kato? Kato Kalin, I think? King Kong Cold Cock Kato Kalin? And yes. Johnny Cochran. If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. Which of these movies was made in the 90s? Which of these movies was made in the 90s? Gangs of New York, Chicago, Silence of the Lambs, or Mississippi Burning? Gangs of New York, Chicago, Silence of the Lambs, or Mississippi Burning? Yeah. Silence, yep, obviously. In the 90s, many people stopped eating beef because of the threat of what? CJD, MS, SARS, or MMR? CJD, MS, SARS, or MMR? Mad Cow, yep. I remember Mad Cow. And yeah, CJD is apparently what it was called. Which country hosted the 1994 World Cup Finals? Turkey, US, France, or Australia? Which country hosted the 94 World Cup Finals? Turkey, US, France, or Australia? Answer was the US. REM released an album entitled Automatic for the What? Automatic REM album. Automatic for the blank. And yes, people. Automatic for the people. Of which country was Saddam Hussein the leader? Uh, yeah, Iraq, obviously. In the 90s. May he rest in peace. I mean, I don't really give a shit how Hussein rests, frankly. Iraq. In the 90s, David Beckham. David Beckham received a lot of attention for wearing what? Posh Spice. A wig, a sarong, a dress, a bra. In the 90s, David Beckham received a lot of attention for wearing what? A wig, a sarong, a dress, or a bra? Olive Garden commercial? Nice. I think he mostly got attention for wearing Posh Spice's. Anyway, the actual answer is a sarong. Hey, Kootenai. Kootenai. He wore a sarong. What's that? It is a what was it? Tube or length of fabric, often wrapped around the waist, worn in Southeast Asia, South Asia, Western Asia, Northern Africa, East Africa, West Africa, and on many Pacific islands. Wrap skirt? Yeah. All right, so here's a sports one. Here's another sports one. So nobody will get this one because it's a sports one. Who the fuck? Nobody in my channel cares about sports. I'm aware of that. Eric Cantona won 4 English Premier League titles with which club in the 90s? Eric Cantona won 4 English Premier League titles with which club? Sheffield Wednesday, Manchester United, Rotherham United, or Leeds United? Mickey Mouse Club, Iron. I mean, yeah, that's basically. Also, Sheffield Wednesday. Do they only play one day a week? Be honest. For the people who guessed Manchester, how many of you guessed it? It actually is Manchester United, apparently. Funnily enough, that was my guess. I just randomly clicked on Manchester United. How many people just guessed at that, though? Based on some knowledge. Fair enough. Fair enough, then. Neil Patrick Harris. Wonder if I need to even read the rest of the question for you to guess, for everyone to guess. Like that, like yes. The answer is Doogie Howser. Like literally, like the answer actually is Doogie Howser. Played the lead role in what popular TV series in the early 90s? And yeah, Doogie Howser, MD. It's one of those things. It's like, I guess the trivia question at this point, yeah, it's one of those things. Neil Patrick Harris, known for 2 things: How I Met Your Mother, which was 2000s, and Doogie Howser, which was 90s. So if we're doing a 90s quiz, and Neil Patrick Harris comes up, how was Poland's Karol Joseph Wojtyla known in the 90s? How is Poland's Karol Joseph Wojtyla known in the 90s? Vaclav Havel, Lech Walesa, Pope John Paul II, or Mother Teresa? Karol Joseph Wojtyla, Vaclav Havel, Lech Walesa, Pope John Paul II, which is the actual answer. Yeah, it's Pope John Paul II. And yeah, that'll do it. All right, so yeah, that's the end of trivia night. Oh. Joanna, I will. How I feel about it? I will let you know when it happens. I'll let you know how I feel about it when it actually happens. Excuse me. Sorry about that. All right. So that'll do for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow for more of Ambition, a Minuet in Power. So I hope you'll join me for that. But for now, thanks for watching. And good night, everybody.